The trend is definitely your friend. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Crypto Bobby. I hope you are having a great day, great night, wherever you're watching or listening in from. And the trend is your friend right now, and hopefully it'll stay that way. And today I want to talk to you about what's happening in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency market, and especially if you've checked your Blockfolio or Delta account in the past 24 hours, or really at all in 2019, you're probably a lot happier than you were in 2018. And I think that there's going to be a couple interesting kind of scenarios that you're going to see here playing out on the bullish case and on the bearish case. And I want to try to, I guess, predict those in some level, way, shape, or form here and give you a little bit of insight to help you make your own decisions. But before we get into that, you might be looking at your Delta, at your Blockfolio, whatever it might be, wherever you keep track of your cryptocurrency. And you probably think to yourself, okay, you know, Bitcoin's up 5% today. That's great. But I bought in December 2017, maybe January 2018. Maybe I made some stupid plays on altcoins, whatever it might be. I just want to let you know, and so does the Wall Street Journal, that you are not alone. And if you are not familiar with SoftBank, it's one of the largest Japanese conglomerates out there. And they have one of the largest venture capital funds out there with just a ton of money. And the SoftBank founder, his son apparently bought a ton of Bitcoin, and by a ton I mean a lot more than you and I probably bought together combined, and times that by like 10,000. But the SoftBank founder's son made a massive bet on Bitcoin. I don't have the full article here on Wall Street Journal because I'm way too lazy to pay for a Wall Street Journal account, but lost $130 million on Bitcoin. And I know what you're thinking, can't lose if you don't sell. Only sold. And I would love to see exactly the trade range of when he bought and when he sold. But just to make some of you out there feel better, and I mean even myself personally, you make some good decisions, you make some bad decisions. You're never going to buy the bottom, you're never going to sell the top, but hey, at least you didn't lose $130 million buying the top of Bitcoin and selling close to the bottom like the SoftBank founder's son. So hey, your life, maybe it's not so bad after all. But getting back to what's happening in the market right now, I think one of the big things that you want to look at is yes, the crypto markets are going up, but what's leading the way? Is it altcoins? Is it Bitcoin? Is Bitcoin outpacing the moves of altcoins? And right now, I think what we're seeing is obviously Bitcoin is making stronger moves by, let's say, somewhat low percentage points against altcoins. You have Bitcoin is up about 5% in the past 24 hours. And according to Masari on-chain FX, out of the mid to large cap cryptocurrencies, the only two that have outperformed Bitcoin in the past 24 hours or so is Tezos. Shout out my Tezos bags. Almost back to breaking even. Hallelujah. And Verge. Wraith, security, privacy, protocols, things like that. Pornhub partnerships. Shout out Verge. But everything else is lagging behind Bitcoin in the past 24 hours. And that's one thing that I would definitely recommend keeping an eye on, is kind of that flow. And when you have the just overall cryptocurrency market cap, is Bitcoin the one leading the way? As of right now, it is. But if Bitcoin is to slow down and kind of move sideways for a while, is some of that money, that new money in the market, potentially, if there is any new money in the market, is some of that new money going to flow back into altcoins? And it certainly has over the past few months. There have been a number of altcoins that have significantly outperformed Bitcoin and that have been fantastic investments, like BNB, like Ravencoin, like a number of other ones out there. There have been some really hot altcoins that have, gone up multiple 100 percentage points. But where are things right now? And also, when you're looking at it, if something has moved up significantly, is it time to cycle that investment out and move into something else? Now, when I'm looking at 2019 so far, it's pretty crazy to think about. And we look at this column over here in On-Chain FX, the year-to-date numbers. It has been a very good year for a large number of cryptocurrencies, if you take 2018 out of the picture. Now, it's funny to look at the juxtaposition between 2018 and 2019, but it all really goes to show, it depends on your entry and it depends on your exit. If you got in at a certain point in time, held all the way down and came back up, that's one thing. But if you have been dollar cost averaging your way in, or if you have been seeing the way Bitcoin has dropped significantly and seeing the way some of these altcoins have dropped significantly and started deploying capital in late 2018, early 2019, you are probably up quite a bit. And when you do look at some of the returns of these crypto assets in 2019, like I was talking about before, Ravencoin is up 382%, Engine up 300+%, Binance is up 300% against USD, Tezos is up 215, Basic Attention Token 200%, Augur up 180, Litecoin is up 160, even Bitcoin itself, if we pop up to Bitcoin to see what is gone on year to date, Bitcoin is up 50% year to date, as well as Ethereum is up 30% year to date at this point in time. So what does this mean for you when you're looking at the price of Bitcoin being up 50% year to date so far? A lot of altcoins up 50+% against USD, some up multiple 100%. And you're starting to see news come out. You're starting to see mainstream media picking up Bitcoin again, talking about Bitcoin again. I think you're starting to slowly see the initial signs of that bubbly FOMO feeling that we're seeing, that we saw in 2017, maybe early 2017, mid 2017. Starting to see these technical analysis pieces about golden crosses and different aspects of TA that point to extremely bullish behavior for the Bitcoin price. You're starting to see a lot of that. And I look at that and I think there's going to be two kind of separate reactions here. You're going to have a specific group of people that is outrageously bullish and outrageously bullish again. You're now that Bitcoin is up 50%, all of a sudden we're going back to 100K again. That's fine, whatever. I don't think that's going to happen tomorrow. I would love for that to happen. I would be a very wealthy person if that did, but I'm not planning on that anytime soon. I'm not, setting my retirement account for when Bitcoin hits $100,000. But on the other end of the spectrum, I think you're also starting to see people that have either been short for quite some time and are now getting frustrated that they're losing on their short positions, or are trying to be contrarian and betting against the trend. Whether it's the people that thought at $3,500 that Bitcoin is going down to $1,800 or $1,000. Or it's just the people that have been short for quite some time, or people that have played this bounce up and now are getting a little skeptical, getting a little scared of what's going to go on, and thinking about either taking their money off the table or actually going short, with a margin position, whatever it might be. And my personal thoughts on this are, the trend is your friend in the cryptocurrency markets, kind of until it's not, but it's usually fairly obvious to see when the trends occur. At least sometimes it is in relatively speaking, but I don't necessarily need to play against the trend right now. And I don't see any points for me that really justify going short or taking a vast amount of money off the table. Now, I'm always going to be aware of just kind of like macro occurrences. What if there was some type of big regulatory ban or something crazy that happens like that? Then yes, that could certainly change things. But the way things are going right now, I do think what we're seeing is a very positive and clear uptrend that is, say, relatively steady, relatively slow. And I don't really plan on trying to play against that. I haven't seen, I guess, for me, the level of gains that I think with what crypto is and with what Bitcoin is. For me, I'm not playing it for 50% gains. I'm not playing it to that effect. I am looking for larger gains because these, for me, at least in the crypto markets, are my speculative bets. This is, I have money in the stock market, I have money in my retirement portfolio, I have money in 401ks, all that good stuff. This is my speculative bet. This is the money that I've initially invested and have grown in the crypto markets, and I'm looking for larger returns. So I am not going to take a vast amount of money off the table, really, for me, anytime soon, trying to play this trend to see how it really kind of shakes out and plays out. And for that, I'm not going to make any massive moves. I think there are still people that are like, hey, the bottom's not in, this is going to 1800. I would find that very and highly doubtful. I think that, and I made a video about this, I talked about this in a podcast previously too, like, there was a lot of negative sentiment around the crypto markets in early 2019 and late 2018. But the work that was being done, and you can argue this all you want, but the work that's being done, the infrastructure that's being built out really is incredible. And there is something to be said about the bear market, how it kind of cleansed out, not all of it, but some of the bullshit, some of the crappy projects. Some of them are just kind of either thrown to the wayside, or they're moving on, they're stopping development, they're moving on to the next hot thing. Now they're on weed stocks, or they're selling CBD, or whatever stupid thing is happening. But the projects that have stuck around, some of them, not all of them, but a good amount of the projects that have stuck around, a good amount of the companies that have stuck around have kind of hunkered down. And actually, I don't want to do the hashtag buildle because that's the stupidest thing ever, but they have hunkered down and built the infrastructure necessary for this potential next wave of adoption. Do I know exactly what is going to get us to that next wave of adoption? I have no clue. I don't know if that is kind of the quote, if we're talking about adoption here, is that just the price of Bitcoin? Is that increasing users? Is that people spending Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash or Ethereum or Litecoin or whatever? Doesn't matter. Is that things like Moon now, where you can shop with Bitcoin on Lightning using, or Bitcoin Lightning on Amazon through their Chrome extension, which I think looks pretty cool, and I'll probably try and do a demo of this for you guys as well. But is that with people trying out something like Lolly and utilizing that to earn money back with Bitcoin while shopping? It could be a variety of things, but for me, I think that the bear market was actually, while I would have much preferred it to not happen to my wallet, and I would have just preferred to have sold all of my crypto in January of 2018. Yes, I would have preferred that. I do think that what kind of the end result of the bear market was actually a positive thing for the cryptocurrency industry, because it shook out a lot of the crap and a lot of the scamminess, and there still is scams, there still is crap, but people have kind of developed into I would say a smarter version, and these companies have become smarter and leaner and more intelligent about the way that they do things. So I remain pretty positive with that. I would love to hear, though, your thoughts on what's happening right now with the market. Do you remain very bullish? Do you think that we are going to continue a positive run up here with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies? Do you think Bitcoin might slow down? Money might move down to, money might move to other altcoins. Do you think that Bitcoin crashes again and all the other altcoins crash with it? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the YouTube comments. And if you're listening on the podcast, as always, hit me up on Twitter at crypto_Bobby. Always fantastic to hear your thoughts. Thank you so much for your time. Crypto Bobby signing out. Hope you have a good one. Peace.